What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 2 team builder for the UPA-D League Season 4, taking on DS and the Birmingham Vulpix. Apologies about his logo. This is the file that I had from WPL before he dropped out of WPL. We were going to play him initially there, and it's kind of jank in that it's, I don't know. Here, I'll try and center it a little bit more here. Yeah, maybe it's live editing there. It's kind of a poor file type. In the sense that his logo is really tiny in the middle of a large square. So, yeah, well, we'll go with that for now. Hopefully that's enough. But, yeah, DS won his first week against Fizzle v Hizzle, my good pal Ben. 5-0, really dominating game. Let's talk about his team here. He is Z Mew, Greninja, Mega Aerodactyl, Cobalion, Florges, Entei, Serena, Z Haxorus, Quillfish, Frostlass, Mudsdale, and Ursaring. Priority options in the Mew with Vacuum Wave, Greninja with Shadow Sneak and Water Shuriken, Entei with Extreme Speed, Quillfish with Aqua Jet, and Frostlass with Ice Shard. Hazard setting in the Mew with Rocks, Greninja with Spikes and Toxic Spikes, Mega Aerodactyl with Rocks, Cobalion with Rocks, Quillfish with Spikes and Toxic Spikes, Frostlass with Spikes, and Mudsdale with Rocks. Very diverse hazard game on the team there. Removal options, the Mew with Defog, Mega Aerodactyl with Defog, Florges with Defog, and Serena with Rapid Spin, so also good removal options, although the only one that really wants to waste a move slot on it is Serena. And then no 4x weaknesses. So this is a fairly difficult match to prep for, given there's no 4x weaknesses to exploit anywhere. Although I have a decent idea of what I'm sort of going to see here. So in terms of what I'm not expecting to see at all, I don't think the Entei is coming. I have good reason to think that the Entei is not going to come against me. It doesn't make all that much sense. You know, it's his best scissor check, but is it really, though? I think Cobalion is maybe a better scissor check, or Quillfish might be a better scissor check, given the set that I'm running, especially. Mudsdale even. I just, you know, Entei, it kind of just doesn't want to come here to me. Z Solar Beam or something would be what I would normally expect, but it isn't a Z user, so it doesn't really make sense. You know, maybe it could be a Sunny Day Entei. If it does come, and Sunny Day Entei does come, then I'm probably a little bit fucked. I need to preserve my Pelipper. If the Entei shows up, I'm going to need to preserve Pelipper to make sure that Sunny Day Entei doesn't completely fuck over my rain strat this week. I also don't think Mudsdale's coming. It doesn't make that much sense against Rain. It kind of just loses to Heliolisk anyways. So if he wanted to bring it as a way to like stop Heliolisk from volt switching around and whatnot, then by all means. But you know, Heliolisk does get Surf, and it's Rain boosted Surf. So I can't imagine Mudsdale wants to be coming this match all that much. You know, I do have dual water. It loses to a lot of Pokemon on my team. It's just hard to justify for me. And then Ursaring. Ursaring gets picked off by a lot of priority on my team, and it doesn't have speed control against me. So while it could hit really, really hard, I think it's just threatened by too much that would just kill it back. Like, I'm not entirely sure what it would set up on if it wanted to set up a Swords Dance, or what it would actually break, besides maybe a Mungus, which he shouldn't be that scared of a Mungus. He might be. I'm not sure. Obviously, Amoonguss threatens things like the Serena, which would otherwise be a Spore Absorber. He could very well be Safety Goggles Mew this week for Amoonguss. That could be his Amoonguss check. Just throw Safety Goggles on that and then switch it in. I could definitely see that coming. So those are the three that I don't really think are coming. I think Mew's coming 100% of the time. I think Greninja should come 100% of the time. I think Mega Arrow should come 100% of the time. That's 3. I think the Florges is likely. I think the Haxorus is likely. I think the Quillfish is coming 100% of the time. That's 4. And then Cobalion, Serena. So I think like some mixture of like Mew, Greninja, Mega Arrow, Quillfish, and then 2 of Cobalion, Serena, Florges, Haxorus is kind of what I'm thinking there. On my prep doc, I've kind of got it lined up with like 3 and then Quillfish, and then there's like 4 of them just in a box just chilling there. But that's kind of my anticipation. In terms of what I'm bringing now, let's get over here. I've got the Sash Torn Tease. This is my dedicated lead against anything that would want to set rocks against me, which would be really fucking annoying, but it's also something for the Frostlass if the Frostlass comes. I don't want to deal with Spike Stack, and I don't want to deal with Destiny Bond shenanigans either, so I can just lead Torn and get a taunt off, and then Frostlass becomes a lot less of a problem. You know, I'm Mono Hurricane. This is quite the problem against something like a Mega Arrow, but at the very least I get to taunt the Mega Arrow from not setting up a Hone Claws, which is solid. And then I've got Toxic there as well to just Toxic whatever. Really doesn't matter to me. You know, the Quillfish, I can taunt that off lead as well and then just Hurricane my way through. through that. Obviously, I keep the Focus Sash intact for things like the Haxorus if I need to revenge kill that. If I do need to get a Toxic off on the Mega Arrow, then I can do that because of the Sash. And then I've got Defog as well. It's really important that I have my own Defog. I'm concerned about getting rocks up against him, but I'm a lot more concerned about keeping the 3 spikers away from setting up spikes against my team, because that could be really detrimental in the late game. As well as rocks. I'd really rather not deal with that, deal with those shenanigans. So I'm speed creeping something in particular. I can't recall, what is it? I'm speed creeping Frostlass. Okay, so we're outspeeding Frostlass with this investment. I'm running max special attack with minimal bulk, but I still have some bulk. Obviously, I still want to take hits. The benefit of Sash with Regenerator is that it's not that likely that Sash is going to get popped early on in the game. So I can continuously just switch out and do whatever. I kind of ran into 4 move slot syndrome on the Torn this week because I would really like to have Focus Blast, and I would also really like to have U-Turn, but I can't have all those, unfortunately, so I have to roll with this. I'm not concerned about having bulk with Sash because I probably won't proc the Sash. It's there just in case. And so I have full special attack investment as well. Pelipper is an enabler this week for the Mega Swampert as well as the Scizor and my Necrozma. It's kind of just an enabler. So I made it a little bit specially bulky, and I'll talk about the EV spread a little bit first here. I should be able to live, I believe it's Specs Greninja, but it could be Life Orb Greninja. I can live 2 Life Orb Dark Pulses from Gren for sure. And that's kind of the biggest problem to this Pelipper is a Greninja or a Mew. So I'm very specially defensive for a Mew as well, and I can get Toxic. I've got secondary Toxic here for mons like the Mew or the Greninja. I think Florges is going to be pivotal for him to like Aromatherapy or Heal Bell off status against those Pokemon. But if he doesn't bring Heal Bell Aromatherapy, then I'm hoping that I can punish him with Toxics early game. I don't think mons like Cobalion are necessarily a switch in to Pelipper, or Tornadus for that matter. So I'm not as concerned about Cobalion switching in on Toxic, and everything else doesn't want to take it, except maybe Quillfish, which I can Hurricane on or Roost on, or sorry, U-Turn on or Roost on realistically. Just get slow U-Turns off against a lot of stuff here. In fact, I should probably be like Sassy instead of this. I don't remember why I was this spread. Maybe for Ursaring, but I should definitely be Sassy actually. Not Relaxed, Sassy. Still get the plus Spadef, but it'll get me more slow U-turns off for sure against the team, which is going to be super clutch. So obviously don't have anything to touch the Mudsdale with, but I can go into other things that can deal with Mudsdale. The rest of my team can basically deal with Mudsdale, or at the worst case I can Toxic it. And if it is some variant of like Rest, then I can't imagine it's going to be Curse Rest, because then it would need to be mono attacking, or it wouldn't be able to do anything on the turns that it's resting. So it just doesn't seem efficient against my team here. Necrozma is next. Rocks. This is my rocker. Moonlight, Toxic, Mono, Photon Geyser. So Greninja is obviously quite the issue, but I'm running triple Toxic for things of that nature. Same with Mew. Mew is also a problem, but I've got Toxic for that as well. Mono Photon Geyser is obviously not ideal, but it's a way for me to beat mons like Quillfish down a little bit better than I normally would be able to. It's a way for me to break through Cobalion, Mega Arrow, Serena, Florges, things of that nature. I am obviously specially offensive, so it's going to suck a little bit against the Florges. I don't believe this mon gets Psyshock. Oh, it does. It does get Psyshock. Maybe Psyshock would be better than this in this matchup then. The 20 base power doesn't change all that much. It's going to hurt against the Cobalion, but I do feel like Psyshock might be a little bit better of an option. Because now I can 1v1 the Florges with this set, so I actually like that change. Just fully physically defensive. I actually have to be fully physically defensive. I was trying to EV specifically for Mega Arrow, because this is my Mega Arrow switching as well. And I should, if he doesn't get the high crit chance crits on Stone Edge, I should be able to survive 2 of them comfortably-ish, which at least gets me a Toxic off or something, or I can just sack Necro, I guess, as well. Get rocks up, sack Necro, go Pelly, and start doing things with Mega Pert, which is next. Earthquake, Power Up Punch, Waterfall, and Facade. So I'm not entirely sure what his best Mega Pert answer is going to be on this team. There aren't a ton of them. In particular, the Serena seems like it could be on the surface, but it gets kind of fucked by Ice Punch. So I don't know. I'm actually running Facade instead for like Scarf, Will-O-Wisp Frostlass, or Will-O-Wisp variants of Mew. Then I can just Power Punch and then Facade through an entire team while I'm in the rain. Facade is very, very helpful in those scenarios, or a Scald Burn from something like the Quillfish. I just don't want to put myself in a position where I'm entirely crippled once I'm burnt Mega Swampert. So I think Facade's going to do a lot there. Earthquake, Power Punch, Waterfall. So Power Punch is, I can just Power Punch on any switch, and if I'm in the rain, I'll outspeed the entire team. I'm outspeeding Mega Aerodactyl in the rain with the speed investment. I obviously will not outspeed something like a Scarf Cobalion, but I would have to run a lot of speed investment for that anyways. And I'd rather have the damage output from Beak Adamant instead of running Jolly. Excuse me. Waterfall in the rain is going to demolish quite a lot of this team, and Earthquake will decimate mons like Quillfish in the rain regardless. Quillfish actually outspeeds me in the rain if he's running a Swift Swim set, so I do have to be wary of that, which is also why I'm running Facade. But yeah, you know, if he's Swift Swim, then he's not Intimidate, so I'll just kill him with Earthquake anyways. Even if he's Shook, I believe I should be able to kill. I could be wrong, but at +1, I'll definitely kill if I get a Power Punch off on something. Which I cannot. I can't Power Punch the Frostlass, so I gotta be wary about that too. Hydra's next. I am running a Steelium Z Hydreigon here for the Florges, which is what I would imagine his best Hydreigon's answer is. This is mainly designed to be able to take on Mew, because I seem to struggle with Mew at first glance with the first 4 of my Mons, so I wanted something to be able to hit the Mew with, so I've got Dark Pulse on my Hydra. Drop a Draco on anything else slower. I'm outspeeding the Haxorus, so you know if he's not boosted Haxorus, I can kill it. Max special attack, of course. Pardon me. Just pivot on things with U-turn. That's kind of the idea behind most of the team in general, but this team in particular that I'm running this week is very pivot heavy with the Pelipper, the Hydra, and the Scizor that we'll see in a second here. But yeah, Z Flash Cannon should be able to dent through the Florges. I could also run Z Iron Tail, which is something I should consider. I don't really have a, well, you know, I've got Dark Pulse to hit the Frostlass anyways, so Z Iron Tail will guarantee me a kill that that Z Flash Cannon won't, and so I should probably run like Hasty instead. Hasty? This is going to be an Entei response, so maybe not Hasty, but maybe Naive. Yeah. Z Iron Tail should be able to break through the Florges, that's all I'm saying. Even though I'm primarily specially offensive, I'll just dump a little bit of attack investment. It doesn't really matter. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is happening? What is that? Get out of there. Whack. Alright, anyways, that's Hydra. Scizor's next. I'm running a Scarf Scizor. I didn't really want to be Technician, but I have to be Technician still. Iron Head, U-turn, Superpower, Bullet Punch. So Iron Head is a good cleaning tool against most of this team. It's a nice breaking tool against the Florges, despite Technician. Iron Head's a nice. It's a very spammable late game, and especially against mons like Mew, go for flinches and whatnot. You've got U-turn there as well to just pivot on everything. You know, it really doesn't appreciate just Scarf U-turn over and over and over again. Pivot into like Pelipper. Excuse me. Or I can pivot into something like Mega Swampert or Necrozma on the Quillfish. That would, in my mind, be the most obvious switch in, like an Intimidate Quillfish. I've got Superpower there for the Cobalion, if that is the switch in. And then I do have Bullet Punch. I can't outrun Mega Arrow with my speed investment, so I'm instead teching the Bullet Punch on there as the last move over something like Defog, or I wasn't really sure. Maybe Knockoff was another option for me. I really didn't have better options than that. Maybe like Bug Bite or X's or something. Just really didn't matter all that much. So I'm running enough speed investment on Scizor. I'll outspeed no investment Mew. And I hit 363 speed with the Scarf right now, which outspeeds something in particular. I can't pinpoint it. It's nothing in particular. That's what it is. It's nothing. Does it speed creep like Helio? No? Okay. I don't know why. I wanted to outspeed Zero Speed Mew if I didn't have my Scarf. He doesn't have a ton of knockoff users, if any. Actually, I know Serena gets it, I know Mew gets it, so, I'm not all that in danger of losing my Scarf, but I wanted to have something there. I'll outspeed Modest Gren. doesn't necessarily want to be Modest Gren against Heliolisk, but I should be able to outspeed Gren speed creeping Heliolisk as well, and some extra speed. So, you know, it doesn't really apply to Mega Arrow if he's going to outspeed Torn, which is why I have the Bullet Punch there. But in general, I should be able to outspeed everything else. That's the idea behind Scizor. Pardon the yawns, I just got home from work. Okay, Amoonguss. Why I'm not bringing Amoonguss? I don't know. Amoonguss looked okay. Doesn't look horrible, doesn't look great. Runs into the same problem that I had against the Registeel last week against this Cobalion, where I have to run like Stomping Tantrum. And I feel like Amoonguss is just set up fodder for Cobalion, and he brought a setup Cobalion last week, so I'm scared of that. Conk. Mew, big problem. Frostlass, big problem. Although I could run a Guts variant very easily, I would probably want to run like Guts Bulk Up to be able to actually break through Mudsdale, and that's kind of a losing battle for me when Floor just like bodies the shit out of me and Arrow bodies the shit out of me. So it's nice as a revenge killing option, but it's really horrible in any other situation this match. Gardevoir is also okay. It's not horrible, it's not great, but it's okay. You know, it can do some things as a Scarf variant. I don't really like it besides that. Could just be me, though. Heliolisk, I actually really liked Heliolisk in this matchup. I just did not have the defensive utility on the rest of the team to be able to afford bringing Heliolisk here, and I really needed a way to break through Mew. So that's why Hydra's here over Heliolisk. I would probably prefer to have Heliolisk over Hydra, but we'll see how the matchup plays out this time. Monferno, I don't know, man. I drafted it as a 1-point meme with rocks. It's the same problem as Conk this week. It's kind of going to fill the same sort of role as Conk most weeks. And in weeks where I'm bringing Rain, it's fairly irrelevant because I can't even run like a Scarf Flare Blitz variant or anything like that. And this team isn't really that weak to fire in the first place. So that's the team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but I'm going to go enjoy some pizza. Yeah. Oh, cool new feature that I'll talk about now, and that this might date the video and whatnot, but this is brand new as of today, from my knowledge. You can select the Pokeball that you want your Mon to be in now on Showdown, and you can select the Hidden Power right here. So I'm not actually running Hidden Power on anything this week. I'm not running Hidden Power on anything this week, so I can't like show it off to see if it even works or not. But there you go. I'm assuming that it works in the sense where you just like choose Hidden Power normal and then like select the Hidden Power on your thing and you're like good to go. But yeah, it's all in the shiny and gender thing. So that's kind of funky and kind of neat and stuff. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys from the match against DS and the Birmingham Vulpix. There we go.